Hey everyone, so this is the first video introduction to Project 1, and what we're going to do is just create the project and kind of do our basic level setup. So in order to do that, let's go to the Epic Games Launcher, head up to Library, and then launch 4.27. And from here, we're going to create a new project. So we'll go down, select Games, hit Next, and because this is in the lab, it's one of our VR projects, we will be using the VR template or the virtual reality template. So go ahead and click Next. And for this, just call it Project 1. Path should default to your documents and hopefully Unreal projects in your documents. If not, let me know and I'll double check and see what's going on. So I'll hit Create Project and just give it a few seconds. All right, so here we are. This must look familiar to everybody. This is a little aside, but when you see the little new plugins are available thing, just hit dismiss. So now we have a new project, and the first thing we want to do is create a new level to work in. We want a clean, brand new level. And as we did last week, we'll go create a new folder, call it levels. I just like to keep things organized. You know, you could put the new level we're creating anywhere you want, but I just like to be, at least attempt to be organized in the beginning. And then in here, go ahead and right click, select level, and we'll just call this one main. Hit save all. Yep. And then double click that. And now we have our brand new level that we're in. And we're going to start populating it with things. And the first thing we usually start with is a directional light. And as we did before, go in here, let's zero it out. And if you can't see it in here, just click in the viewport, hit F. And drag that up. Next thing we're going to create is a skylight. And same thing, once we drag it into the scene, let's a left click and drag. Go ahead and zero it out. And I just do this so it's easy to find. Visual effects, atmospheric fog. Zero it out. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like that. There was one other thing I wanted to add, but for whatever reason, Unreal was not liking it, so I'm just going to leave it out for now. We'll deal with it later. Where was I? Volumes. We want is a nav mesh bounds volume, and the reason for this will become pretty apparent in just a little bit. So we have all of our basic stuff that we use to start the level. There'll be a few things we add when we get the rest of the assets in here, but for now, this will do. So this is going to be a little bit weird. My intention with this project was to have you import stuff in from the marketplace. However, the assets I wanted you to import in are not updated for Unreal 4.27. So I had to grab them and kind of smoosh them into a form that would go to 4.27. So you're going to have to get the assets from me, unfortunately. It's slightly less of an experience, but hopefully later on in the semester, Unreal will update some other assets, and then we can talk about importing assets in. So for now, what we need to do is save all. So make sure we have everything saved. And then we're actually going to close out of Unreal. And then I'll tell you where all the assets are that I want you to import, but what we have to do is kind of a sneaky way of bringing assets into Unreal. It's not really recommended, but the other way is really kind of convoluted. And in this case, it should work. So what we'll do is navigate in Explorer to our project, and our project was Project 1. Nope, I have too many Projects 1s. Here we go, Project 1. And to the content folder. So we're in the content folder, and this is really important. And then we're going to go on, I will give you the assets. It's going to be a folder called env. I copy and paste that into our content folder. And it's really, really, really important that it's in the content folder. Okay, so now we're there. We just kind of went through the back door and pasted in the assets, but there's all kinds of weird contingencies and stuff that need to line up for that to work, so it's kind of a hazardous way of doing it. And from here, we can just go ahead and click on our Unreal Engine project executable, and it should launch into the engine. And we're back. So you'll notice that we're not in our level. And in order to be in our level, we need to set it. I think I went over that in the last video. It was towards the end, so you guys may have missed it. So what we'll do is, let's just double click main. If you're ever, find yourself without, lost and not in the level you want to be in, just find the level file and double click it. You'll be in there. And so for the future, what we'll do is set it up so that it automatically loads that one. So go up to Edit, Project Settings, and then in the project settings, we're going to look for Maps and Modes. So Maps and Modes. And here, the Editor Startup Map and the Game Default Map, we're going to set both of these to our level, which is main. Close that out. Hit Save All. And now we have our level set up and are ready to start populating it. I think I'll stop the video here and create the next part as a separate video. Okay.